Welcome to Bible Reader Companion. Our Bible reading this week is Galatians chapters 5 and 6, and the book of Ephesians chapters 1 through 6, and the book of Philippians chapters 1 and 2. Our memory verse this week is taken from Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11, which says, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." As we think about that for just a moment, let us look at Ephesians chapter 4. Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 17 says this, "This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that you should no longer walk as the rest of the Gentiles walk, in the futility of their mind, having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God, because of the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart, who being past feeling have given themselves over to lewdness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. But you have not so learned Christ. If indeed you have heard him and been taught by him, as the truth is in Jesus, that you put off concerning your former conduct the old man which grows corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on the new man, which is created according to God in true righteousness and holiness." You know, we've been talking this week about and trying to look at everything through this lens of putting on the armor of God and standing against the wiles of the devil. The wiles of the devil suggest he is smart and sneaky and deceptive, and he's coming after us. And I think this passage suggests one of those areas where the devil really has a stronghold. Because you see so many times when you go and you try to talk to people about who they are, one of the most common responses you get is, "Well, this is just who I am." Whether it's, "You know what, I'm Irish and I have a temper." Whether it's, "This is the way my parents raised me." Whether it's, "This is just who I have become and I'm just too old to change my habits." We have been sold this lie that we cannot change, that we cannot become a different person. And yet, what does Paul say? He says that if we have learned Christ, we are obligated to make a change. We cannot continue to live and walk as the world walks. In this case, he refers to the Gentiles and how they conducted themselves, because many of these people came out of that background. The background of the Gentiles and how they lived in their idol worship and the things that were associated with their idolatrous worship. And he says, look, you can't continue to be that. You can't continue to do those things. You have to change who you are. We have to defend ourselves against this concept that we just are who we are and we can't change. If we have learned Christ, then what it has taught us is that we need to be a new person. We need to put on the traits that change us into being the likeness of Christ. And here's something else. The more we become like Christ, we cannot help become closer to one another. We need to strive to become as much like Christ as we can. We need to break the mentality that says, "I cannot change," and understand that what we're really saying is, "I will not change." And we need to abandon that thought, and we need to put on the new man and become like Christ, that we might set aside and not be deceived by the devil and his trickery. Let us put on the whole armor of God, that we may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Thank you for thinking on these things, and we hope you'll join us again tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for more content like this.